Hey, how you guys doing? We're here on the block at New York Comic Con 2014 doing our CCD interviews as usual. And I'm here with a very interesting gentleman with a very interesting machine, Mr. Tom Lichtman from Sidekick Trading Card Publishing. Now, these guys are based out of Vermont and they do some really interesting stuff with some older printing styles that caught my attention right away. I saw some of the posters, brought me over to the booth, and then I saw this amazing machine that they have here, and I had to stop and talk to Tom. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do as a company and what you guys are doing here at Comic-Con specifically.
Well, I started my company about 5 years ago, and we started doing vintage printing, vintage artwork, and I grew out of friends who were artists who needed help reproducing old vintage wax packs, poster styles, etc., which were to do small run production.
Sure.
So I have always had a fascination of vintage tech. I used to do steampunk cosplay a long time ago.
I can imagine.
And I've always been kind of an engineer and mechanic by inclination. And so when I really got into the vintage printing, I just loved the equipment. And so this guy that I brought for the show is a 95-year-old Chandler and Price letterpress. It's called a hand-fed platen press. It's actually a miniature of a larger press that would be about the size of half this booth. And the company created a miniature version just for trade schools to teach people how to do printing.
To operate the machine.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, I
so
understand.
These are rare, and it's a wonderful machine. It's like the Rolls-Royce of tabletop presses. So on this guy, what I'll do is take a sheet of paper, and the rollers will come up and ink the plate, squeeze for the impression, and now we've got a finished print.
Amazing.
Now this one I designed because I love the old illustrations in children's books.
Sure, exactly.
Like Robinson Crusoe, Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
And they would always have this kind of type of art, and often they would be printed on a press like this, and they would have some kind of caption, like a narrow escape. So this is the Millennium Falcon escaping from the asteroid slug.
Yeah.
From Empire Strikes
Fantastic.
Back.
That was one of the ones that actually drew me over to the booth.
Ah.
Because like I saw that print, I was like, oh, that's really cool.
These are different trading cards that I've done as collaborations with different artists. This is with Buff Monster, the Melty Misfits. This was a set that was created as a homage to the Garbage Pail Kids. And it's all new art in his style, but also in the old wax packs with the stickers inside. And they are peel off, like the old, we did the kiss cutting.
Nice.
Like the old stickers.
It's fantastic.
And we've done some with other artists here, like the Sucklord. And this one I did just for fun because I was fascinated by the Mars Curiosity lander. So I created an homage set of trading cards. They're kind of a vintage style. What about the Mars lander?
Oh, that's so cool. It's great, and it's just something that you had particular interest in. So
Yeah.
you said, forget it, I'll just do a...
Well, I've realized that this is my artistic medium. So when I'm fascinated by something, I can just turn it into a trading card set.
It's fantastic. Cool.
And then these guys, we printed over here on a old 1962 Mealy press, which is a single color press. It's too huge to bring down to the show. It's probably about the size of this entire booth and a half.
Oh.
And it can do a tremendous job printing, but not portable at all. And so we have a variety of different equipment back up in Rutland. We just have fun printing.
Oh, that sounds great. And so now, the things that you guys do, are you able to get them online? Are you able to buy the stuff online? Or you guys only do shows, or how does it work?
Well, at the moment we've been doing shows and doing collaborations with artists, but our website is sidekicklab.com.
Sidekicklab.com, and they can find the posters and different things. I know you had that awesome spaceship poster that was designed. You told me it was a German artist, I believe?
Yeah. A German artist compiled it. It's the work of a large group of people who have all compiled different spaceship images all to scale. So they're relative size chart.
And they're from movies and different things like that, and so it's like
Gaming, TV.
Fantastic. Yeah, because I've seen something like that done with guns before, different weapons.
Right.
But that one really blew me away when I saw it yesterday. Ghostbusters. Never a dull moment on the floor of Comic-Con. So is this your first New York Comic-Con?
No, this is our 5th year here.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay, great. And so you tend to get a good reaction from the press and stuff like that? Like people, they just go crazy for it probably, right?
Well,
like,
also what we decided is we were going to price things very inexpensively. Since we're printing it ourselves, there's no middleman, so we've had a really warm reception because our prices are low.
I've noticed a reflection of that ideal on the floor this year. Like it started to get a little crazy. Like where it was like Prince would go, it was like 15, then it was like 20, it was like 25. It's like at what point are you pricing out the people who want to buy a lot of stuff? And then like the first thing I noticed when I walked over, I saw the poster and I was like, $5. I was like, for a big poster like that, and then and you even do specials. You got 3 for 12 or something.
Yeah.
So it's like you understand it, and it's like quantity versus quality. I mean, quality versus quantity. You're gonna sell because it's good quality. Doesn't matter how much they are. You're gonna sell them, and you're gonna sell more of them. So great,
Well, it also comes about, I think, because we forget, as artists and creators, that what we're dealing with is pop art, popular art, which is ephemeral and is plentiful. And it becomes collectible 20 years from now. It's not necessarily collectible today.
Sure.
And so, like Burger King menus from 10 years ago suddenly are interesting. They're free now. So if you immediately create something with the thought that it's collectible now, it's a different business model. And so we're working on the one that these are fun. We created them just for the con, and we'll sell as many as we can, and then it'll be done.
And like you take an interesting spin at the character, because like if you walk around, obviously Guardians, huge movie this year, Groot specifically, big fan, favorite, Groot and Rocket, and so you didn't just say, oh, we're gonna do a group print, let's do something. Darth Vader, iconic, like everybody has done some sort of, but you did it in a unique way that makes it, very, specific to Sidekick, and it's yours. And like you said, somewhere down the road, it'll be recognized because it's your style and your thing. So you put a spin on it, so that's interesting. You know what I mean?
Since I'm such a fan of vintage printing, I always love the old stock certificates and stamps and things like that, which were done on old litho prints and stuff. And so it's a way of merging my loves of Star Wars and my vintage printing.
Absolutely. We actually, I'm going to pick up a few of these because for my classroom, I'm a history teacher. And so like this is a perfect thing, because I like my classroom to reflect me personally. I was a comic book fan and everything like that. But at the same time, this is like kind of have like a historical text to it, and because it's printed on a vintage press with the vintage style, like the certificates, like you said, it's fantastic. It's a perfect mix of the two, so I could put it up in there. Well, it was really nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I hope you guys have a great show. I'm sure you guys are going to knock them dead. And one more time for the website, is it?
Sidekicklab.com.
Sidekicklab.com. Make sure you check them out. They got some great stuff, and I'm sure they're going to have lots of great stuff coming in the future with all these collaborations that they're doing. Live from the Comic-Con floor, it's Mike D for CCD.